I'm picking up where I left off from part 1 on the Trump family dysfunction. So Friedrich, Donald's grandfather, had died of the Spanish flu. He'd left Elizabeth and the kids, Elizabeth, John, and Frederick, a pretty good estate. But the Spanish flu, now this is around the turn of the century, the Spanish flu had wiped out around 50 million people globally. And of course, when Friedrich died, Fred Sr., Donald's father, became the man of the house, even though he was a minor. In high school, he just picked up a bunch of odd jobs. He discovered that he was really, really good at building things, and he pretty much had a single-minded determination. He was learning everything that he could about the building trade. His mother, Elizabeth, happened to be a pretty good businesswoman. Fred was building and selling garages in and around Queens. So when they finally had a little bit more money coming in, Elizabeth and the kids, through Fred's work, she established E. Trump and Son. And this became a really successful business, even though Fred was technically still a minor. When Fred was around 25 years old, he went to a party, and there he met Donald's mother, Mary Ann McLeod. Mary had just arrived from Scotland. She was the youngest of 10. During that time, in Scotland, the town that she was from, Lewis, had lost a large majority of their male population due to war and the Spanish flu. Mary, who is one of 6 daughters, made the trek to the United States. This was chain migration. Does that sound familiar? Anyway, she had turned 18 the day before her arrival in New York, and then she met Fred at that party not long after that. Fred and Mary were married in January 1936. Now, at this time, Fred had been successful for quite a few years. The couple moved into their first house, Wareham Road in Queens. Now, Mary was pretty much gobsmacked. She went from being a domestic servant in Scotland to now the lady of the house. Went from being a domestic servant to hiring their own servants. She was like, oh, wow, I kind of like this. And she took right to it. She liked to volunteer, and she loved to shop. Whether it be the times, these were the 1930s, or because she was used to a kind of a servile type position, or because of Fred's rigidity. They had a very traditional marriage. She ran the house, but he ruled it. This is kind of the point where we start seeing Fred's psychopathy and Mary's coldness. Even though now she was in this grand position, she's this wealthy woman, she really looked down on immigrants who were in the same situation that she used to be in. Elizabeth would come over to the house and use white gloves to check for dust. Having Fred's mother around, her mother-in-law, was likely pretty stressful. And then the children came along. Hope to see you in part 3. It just gets messier.